Good morning. Oh, let me turn my light on. Oh, a little better. I'm blinded now. Just wanted to say hey, give an update. Still have not been able to find out any new information on the remains that were found. I just had something. Haven't been able to sleep good because something's just been rolling over and over in my mind. It was brought up in one of my previous videos. You guys go back and look. And then I saw a Mountain Girls video talking about it last night. And I even got up and rewatched it again today. And I just want to bring it back up to you guys. Don in the construction site that he was working on. I do have a theory about, and he made the theory. Like, I just can't understand how he can't understand that a lot of the stuff that's going on in our minds and our heads is because of the words that are coming out of his own mouth. Like, he's putting this doubt there. He's putting these theories there. You're blaming everybody for what they're talking about and what they're saying on the internet. But 98% of what's coming from most of us towards him and about him is from him. If you don't want us to have this information and you don't want us to discuss it and talk about it, then shut your mouth, Don. You can't get mad at me and Sally Sue's YouTube page and what they're saying about you if you're not giving us ammunition, if you're not giving us these nuggets of information to discuss. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, stop. But my thoughts about it is, as I said before, and some of my subs and viewers will know because I've seen several of you comment that, you know, on a construction site, especially if you're the subcontractor, you're responsible for your own time management. There's very few times that you actually interact face-to-face with a person. You may talk to somebody on the phone, you know, as far as your boss that owns, you know, that's the general contractor, or if you're directly subcontracted from the, you know, apartment complex or whatever owner, you may speak to them, but more than likely you're going to talk to their property manager, their maintenance person, before you speak to them. You're just going to see them when you get the contract. You know, generally you come in, you check in. It may even be once a week or once a month, depending on what the amount of work is you're doing. You know, is it like, are you doing maintenance on an existing structure in between tenants? Are you doing upgrades to an existing structure? Or is it something that was just built and you're finishing up before people start moving in? That's a lot of questions. I pray and hope that law enforcement is checking probably Don's last 5 or 6 work sites, but especially the one he was on that day, because he keeps talking about this red Subaru. I think he drove a vehicle that would stick out as him driving it on purpose. One, they'll be able to GPS where he was at because it was a newer vehicle. So, and they knew he drove it to work that day. I feel like he drove it to work that day. I feel like he was there in it. I feel like he got everybody's attention, because why are you driving this to do drywall? You're going to screw your car up. It's an idiot move from a drywall professional. That's how his other coworkers and other subcontractors, if they were on the scene, are looking at him. You know, why are you flossing today? Boo-boo, why are you flossing? You want to be seen. That's what flossing is. You want to be seen. I feel, honestly, you know, there's timeline missing from certain individuals. Candace. Did she take Grandma home and drop her off after she dropped Dates off? Or did Grandma stay with her? What does Grandma really know? We haven't heard from her. She's the one person that's kept her mouth shut in this whole family. Candace done a little bit, and she's kept her mouth shut. But Don want to talk. And like everybody else has said, he's got the most shit to say. But he wasn't even there. Supposedly, allegedly, whatever. In my opinion, I think he drove that car to the site. He parked it. He checked in. He dilly-dallied around a little bit. And I think Candace came and picked him up in the truck. And when I say in the truck, I'm talking about the old drywall truck. I think that's what she came and picked him up in, because you can't GPS that. And that was the most incognito vehicle to drive. Don't want to drive Grandma's because it's newer, I think, as well. And there's a possibility of GPS there and tracking through the vehicle. You know, any of these vehicles. Oh, I hold this a lot of times, while I'm doing my lives. My little G-baby gave me this for luck. He told me it's a lucky bird. So I hold it. It's just, I don't know, something for comfort. Anyway, if it's a newer vehicle and it has the satellite link, you know, where you can make the calls, they can also track it. The truck is an older pickup truck. I think, to me, it looked like about a Chevy S10, the little ones, the little white truck. I think is his work truck. Either that or it's the old light blue one. I'm not sure, but either one of them, older models, you know, late 80s, early 90s, older model truck. I feel like she went home, she got that truck, and she left. Hence, the driving around looking for Summer, but nobody saw her. Hence, the changing story about talking to her the whole way home and how he was able to. Again, though, that Facebook's going to be able to be pinged. And some people have commented back, you know, about what I said. You can have a cheap little burner phone. I mean, I used to have a phone through a company that's no longer a company even. And I paid like a monthly bill on it. My monthly bill was in Minnie Mouse's name on Dreamland Avenue. Wasn't in my name. I mean, to me, it was just a lark and I thought it was funny and cute. But I'm saying it's possible. Or you can get a phone that you just buy a phone card for. They still make those track phones. You can buy a card, put a card on it one time, and never put a card on it again. Easy. Or you can have your calls forwarded to any number. You can make up a Google number for a phone, and then forward your calls to that number from any phone. So, if his boss man called him, or Sally Sue, or whoever, he's still able to answer it. And when they ping the call, what I'm wondering is it going to show, when law enforcement gets those call records, is it going to show that he was having those calls forwarded? Is it going to show when they ping the calls hitting where the cell phone that the calls came to were, or where the phone was that they were forwarded to? That is my question that I haven't really gotten a straight answer to. Because my theory is that he left his phone on the job site or in the vehicle on the job site. And he forwarded calls to another phone. And that Candace or someone else picked him up. The less people involved, the less chance they are of somebody telling. So, did this coworker that got fired come pick Dawn up that day? Did Candace come pick Dawn up that day? Or was there another individual? Because some new information has come to light, and I'm going to give y'all a little nugget. Allegedly, and I'm saying this, allegedly, okay? Dawn has a 17-year-old girlfriend on the job. What? Now let's go back to what I said about Candace and looking like a man. But they're still together. They're still sticking together. Candace has this weird relationship with H. Dawn has a 17-year-old girlfriend, 2 years older than H. What do you guys think? And when I say allegedly, and in my opinion, it's a disclaimer. But allegedly, Dawn has a 17-year-old girlfriend. And in my opinion, Candace has a weird relationship with H. I mean, come on, folks. Would you really be okay with your 15-year-old son messaging this grown woman and her messaging him back with the type messages that we saw and we have seen publicly posted from their Facebook accounts? And I'm not talking about in the DMs. I'm not talking about in the private messages. I'm talking about out there public. A post is made and the comments are underneath. And they were some very racy things. I daggum sure would not be saying them to a 15-year-old. I wouldn't be saying them to an 18-year-old. To me, it was gross. And pretty nasty. And it wasn't even that explicit. But just, I mean, why? Just wanted to drop that in. Just a little food for thought and let you guys know. You did it. We've hit over our 1,000 sub mark. YouTube's making me wait 24 hours for everything to process. As soon as it goes, I'm going to schedule us a live. Thank you. It's all for us. All for the DVSA victims out there. We're going to give a voice. We're going to work with the Innocence Project. And we're going to help free these women. We're going to get exposure. I have a mission now. And I have goals. I want to eventually be able to go all around the U.S.